Hello, this is Helen Schaefer, bringing out the artist in you.
It's tulip time in the Schaefer household. Helen created a drawing of a tulip garden, utilizing a tulip she had received at Easter time and saved in the refrigerator all this time. She drew this garden off camera, and now it's time to refine this painting to make it pop. So why are you showing this tulip in different views in this video?
Oh, the reason is because I'm showing different views of this tulip that I kept in the refrigerator and then did this painting from, is because I wanted to show you how the tulip is actually constructed, how the tulip the stem comes out in between the leaves, and the different coloration of the leaves.
So you're saying you need to understand how the tulip is constructed before you can refine the painting?
Yes. While I was drawing the tulips, I decided to stay with what you would call like a limited palette. And a limited palette is good because it doesn't confuse the issue and you don't have to really worry about muddying up your colors. And limited palettes are really perfect when you're first learning how to do watercolor, how to paint with it. And this is especially true for the beginners, watercolor paint is quite expensive. The professional grade is, if you check some of the prices, it's really enough to shock you. So you can get good results by using less expensive student grade paints. This is for the beginners, and it's wonderful. They're good. There's nothing wrong with them. They don't have the amount of pigment in them as the professional ones do, the professional grade, but they're so much less expensive. And go with those. Like as an example, praying. I used praying for many, many years, and I loved praying. I really did. They used praying in schools for students, and they're very, very pigmented, and just give them a try. Now, you can use less expensive watercolors, and then later on you can gradually go into the professional grade. But the only thing that I don't, and people don't, artists don't want for you to, I shouldn't say skimp, but I'll say it anyway, skimp on when it comes to money is the paper. You need to use a very, very good paper. And my preferred paper is the Arches. And I do have a picture of the Arches here that you can look at. And the Arches it comes in different weights. And so the Arches paper, in my opinion, is the one that I like to use. So you may use the inexpensive paints, but don't skimp on the watercolor paper. Well, there's really no reason for me to talk about the professional grades. I'm using professional grades in this painting because I have pretty well switched over from the inexpensive student grade watercolors to the professional grade of paints. Although I do have just a little bit left, and I didn't want to get rid of it. I still have a few of them. When you draw a tulip shape, the tulips have a basic shape. They're long. It seems like they're long. And then as they open up, they become wider in width. And then the petals kind of come forward. But I did save this tulip from, I hate to say it, from a couple months, it was a couple months ago, Dietrich.
Easter time.
Easter time, when that would be April?
A month ago.
A month ago.
Yes.
Okay, so I was able to save. I just sadly, I just threw the tulip away that you can see here. I had it in the refrigerator, and every time that I open up the refrigerator, there it is. It's there looking at me and saying hello, and I don't know what Dietrich thinks. What do you think when you open the refrigerator and see the flowers in there?
More flowers taking up the space in the refrigerator that we need for other things.
No, do you really think that? Do you?
I've gotten accustomed to the fact that there are flowers in the refrigerator.
Yeah. That's so good. That's so good. But you know, you never know what you want to paint. And if you look at, and the whole thing about painting flowers is you have to look at them. And you have to study them. And when you open the refrigerator, what do you see? The first thing you see are flowers. This is a beautiful thing. And I know it's a problem, and you know, some people say that you should not put flowers in the refrigerator if you have fruits and vegetables in the refrigerator, because they give off a type of chemical.
The fruits and vegetables are supposedly aging your flowers.
That's what they're saying, but what do you think? I mean, I've had this tulip in there for a month, and I keep roses and I keep all kinds of flowers in there, and really, they're not being aged.
By the refrigerator, you mean? I have to agree. I don't see those flowers being impacted by the vegetables and fruits in the refrigerator at all. We hope you've enjoyed the presentation of a limited palette. Have a great day and stay safe out there. Bye.